Oh, hello, hello. Being one of those days today, my computer's just stopped. I think I have a feeling it's me. I'm just trying desperately to type too quickly, and I think I pressed too many buttons, and it all jams up. And once I've got it unjammed, the only thing to do is to turn it off and let it have a little break, and then start again. It happened last night, and it really was very annoying. It made me very miserable for several hours. And then at 10 o'clock, it was perked up and it was worked again, and then I was on it until about 12, which is a bit crazy. And just when I go to bed late, I don't sleep in the next morning. I still get up early, so I was up at 6:30 this morning doing my accounts. Honestly, it's mad. Never mind. Do you know, interesting fact, I've just worked out that it's the anniversary of my grandmother's birthday today, but she was actually born 125 years ago today. It's really quite something, isn't it? Yes, 1889. By my calculations, that makes it 125 years ago that she was born. Of course, I could be wrong, but I don't think so. I did it several times. So it's amazing, isn't it? So that's 15th of January. And my daughter today has jetted off to Vienna for a few days to have a look about the city, which I'm sure is going to be great fun. But I didn't get to talk to her last night before she went. I'm sure she was busy and I was busy, so that's a great shame. I did send her a text. And, the really annoying thing, present I bought for my youngest grandson didn't turn up. I don't know what happened to it. It didn't turn up. And I only got it on Monday. It arrived actually on Saturday, but we weren't here. We'd gone out terribly early. And yes, it came and they left a note, so I picked it up yesterday afternoon and I was able to send it off straight away. But I don't know if it got there, so I'm just longing for Saturday when they're back and I can ask her if it's arrived. So that's two facts. I can't think of any other sort of shattering things for 15th of January, apart from my computer's not working. That's not really shattering, is it? I think it's probably just me being silly. This is so very annoying. I was really trying to get on with things and catch up with things from before Christmas, actually, which just haven't had a chance to do. And trying to do more photographs, put more photographs onto Flickr, and just getting everything sorted out. It really does take an age. And then, of course, there's the housework to do, and it just goes on and on, doesn't it? Anyway, never mind. What I did find yesterday, oh yes, well, I found something and didn't find something else, yes. The weekend I thought I'd bought some of those very thin plastic pockets, I think they're called, which you can put things in and store them away in your filing book or filing folder. That's right, a folder. Anyway, they normally are in Sainsbury's and I couldn't find any. And I thought I'd bought some the other day in Morrison's, but I hadn't got those either. And yesterday when I went to Sainsbury's, I was looking for something else. I know, I was looking for several oranges. I suddenly took it into my head to think that, well, I hadn't seen any, so I thought I'd go and check it out. Plus Alice and I wanted to go for a walk. Anyway, they did have some, and I did buy some, but then they didn't have the sugar. You know, you need preserving sugar, really. You can use ordinary granulated sugar, but you get much more scum on the top of your marmalade. It's that sort of white frothy, oh, it's a lovely colour actually, sort of golden white frothy scum on the top of your marmalade, and you have to put in a little knob of butter and gently stir it, and that seems to disperse the scum. I think it comes from the sugar, in fact. It doesn't come from the fruit, it comes from the sugar, or the combination of fruit and sugar. And it just rises, and you just have to deal with it, because if you don't, it settles on the cooled down preserve in your jar, and it's perfectly harmless. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't do you any harm. It just rather makes the jar look less good than it should do, and it's just a shame. I mean, you get scum on all sorts of things. And it's like if you don't, well, it's not like it, but it's a similar thing. If you don't degrease your casserole when you're cooking it, by the time you serve it, you can taste a much more fatty flavour to your casserole than if you degreased it. And it just means taking away the fat that rises. It is fat in casserole, it's fat that rises, and you just take it off with a hot spoon and it's fine. So yes, I could use ordinary sugar, but I don't want to. And they did have some special sugar for making strawberry jam. And strawberries have, it's a fruit with a very low pectin content. So you need the right sort of sugar, or you need to put something with it. But mostly people don't do that. I think that's a new thing. I've never seen strawberry jam sugar. I mean, I just use ordinary granulated sugar, and you have to be a bit more careful with strawberry jam, but it's perfectly easy to make. I like to make the Eliza Acton strawberry jam and raspberry jam. Eliza Acton, if you don't know, she actually predated Mrs. Beaton, and some of her recipes are superb. In fact, most of them are. She cooked for private families. She wasn't sort of cooking for everybody. I mean, Mrs. Beaton was splendid, but Eliza Acton is the best. She really is. And her jams are glorious. Anyway, it's too early to make jam yet. So I just fancied making some marmalade. And then I came home and I told him that I bought several oranges, and I thought he was going to say, "Oh no, that means you're going to be cooking again. You know, filling up the kitchen with pots and pans." And he said, "It is going to be thick cut, isn't it?" He said, "Not that thin, wispy cut." I said, "Oh no, it's not going to be that." And nice big chunks in it. I said, "Yes." And I said, "I'm going to put some black treacle in it too, so that it gives it a really nice, rich colour, and it does help the flavour a bit too." So there we are. So I've got my 7 oranges, and I bought 2 lemons, and I know I've got black treacle in the cupboard. You just always have to have that in your cupboard. I just got to find the sugar. I've actually even got some jam jars, because I've been bothering all my friends to let me have their empty jam jars once they finish with them. So I've got quite a few already, and quite a few different sizes too. One, I've got a great big Kilner jar, and I've got some little jars, but I'm keeping my little jars for when I make my next batch of kale pesto and that creamed cavolo nero that I made the other day. And the terribly exciting thing about that is, apart from making it, is I've sent away for a sterilizer so that I can, sterilise my bottles once I've filled them, so it'll keep it and make it safer than ever. So I'm really excited about that. Golly, look, I'm talking far too much. I think that's all I was going to say. So I'm going to go out shopping in a minute and see if I can find this sugar and these plastic envelopes, or whatever they're called. And I've got some notes here I'm reading. So I'm going to go and do that. So I'll talk to you tomorrow, I hope. Okay, have a lovely day. Bye for now. Bye.